Hey everybody, make sure to like and subscribe when you get to the end of the video. Mr. Williams here. This is a chance I want to take to explain to you kind of just what we're doing for this project. So last couple of weeks you didn't know exactly what you're doing. And this week you should have a better idea. So right away, start with a little quote. It says, "C'est cela l'amour tout donner, tout sacrifier, sans espoir de retourner." It's an absolutely beautiful quote. And you should look it up if you want to know what it means. It's great, but it's all about love. In any case, I made a little comment for you. So, bonjour, c'est moi, Monsieur Williams. Hello, it's me, Mr. Williams, looking 10 years younger. Et bienvenue à your perfect date project. Yes, you have already started, but today you're going to take the first step towards knowingly knowing what you're doing. So what are we doing? Regarde below to see. We will be putting together the most romantic or unromantic date in history. You have a lot of choice for what this will look like, but I'll be giving you the materials and support. I'll be giving you materials and support. All right. So that's enough already. Look at the next page for a list of what we're doing. So this thing's gonna be split up into 3 different sections. This is the first section. So for the perfect date, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a rundown, and then we're gonna talk about character. So for this project, you're tasked to plan the perfect French date between 2 characters. To do this, we will rely on our French reading, writing, and speaking skills. This is no thrown together at the last minute date. This is the most planned date in history. It's so planned, it'll either succeed or fail spectacularly. And that's our goal. So your first requirement, characters. So the instructions for this is you're going to come up with 2 characters to fall in love. You can choose to use yourself, a cartoon character, an object, whatever you want, so long as it's appropriate. For example, in my example, I'm going to use myself when I was 23 and single, and Croque Madame, which you'll find out what a Croque Madame is in a second. So the requirements, so the things you need to have in this project. For both of your characters, I'm going to fix that right now. For both of your characters, you need to provide a name, age, a special skill, and a sentence stating why they are the best. So that's all the requirements right there. And then just a little bit for how I'm going to be grading. I'm not going to spend too much on this right now, but it just kind of says like what details kind of show, like what you should be looking for. And then also for speaking, because we'll get to this in a second as well too, you will actually be speaking these things out as well. So there's a Croque Madame right there. It's a beautiful sandwich with an egg, a fried egg on top. So your second requirement would be place. So for your perfect date, you have characters. Now you need a place. You're going to choose the romantic place in a French-speaking country for your characters to have their date. The example I'm picking is the Musée Marmottan Monet. So it's the Monet Museum. If you don't know who that is, don't worry. I'll show you in a picture in a second. But it's the Monet Museum in Paris. He's one of the most famous Impressionist painters. It's an absolutely beautiful museum I actually had the chance to go to, which is just wonderful. It's incredibly romantic, and I thought it would be the greatest place to take my Croque Madame sandwich on our perfect date. So for your project, you must be able to describe the area surrounding your date as well. So for instance, with my museum, I need to be able to describe the stuff around that museum as well as the actual museum. Now, I'm going to put together a special lesson just on place next week, and I'll be giving you some resources for how to do this, so you don't need to worry about place quite yet. But anyways, this is still just what you'll need in your project. The area surrounding the date, the setting of the date, what makes it a perfect French date location. And this is one thing too. You can't just pick a random spot. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to take them to Starbucks. So you're trying to find a very French date. So you should have a French date location. You'll be required to provide what sources you use to get your information. And next week, I'll show you how I'm going to be using Google Earth. This part of the project will be written and or spoken in English. So the actual place part, this is the written side, and the spoken side, it'll be in English, just because you'll be writing a lot more, and I don't think you can do that in French in a way that would be beneficial for us. So here's me. Here's all the stuff I've been bringing along on this wonderful date in the Monet Museum, and I'll show you some pictures next time. It's absolutely beautiful though. And just how you'll be graded on that as well too. So I'll go over that a little bit more next week as well, but just the most important thing is that you get down the details of the setting. This isn't just gonna be like we're at a Starbucks or we're at a museum. You're gonna give me some details to show me that you've looked around this place. And then also connection to how is it a French date, and quality and quantity too. So your third thing, so we've done characters, we've done place, and now we need the action. And this is the part you've actually already started. So the instructions are to make this date perfect, we need to plan what our characters will do, what they'll say, how it'll turn out. I forgot to say, oh no, I did record. Mr. Williams had a total mental lapse there. I thought I stopped recording. So anyways, back to this. So my example, is 23-year-old Mr. Williams strolls hand in hand with Croque Madame the sandwich to the Monet Museum in Paris. While viewing the paintings, they speak, and then Mr. Williams professes his love, but how will Croque Madame respond? So what's the action? What's actually going to happen? What's going to be said? What are they doing? So the requirement for your project is this: a back and forth conversation between two characters. It's not long. One character must sing or say a song. This is what you did last week. Or 2 weeks ago, and one character must respond to that song. So you've already done this. The reason why we did this before, I thought this is kind of the harder parts of it, is to pick a song and respond to the song. And I just thought, now that you've picked the song and you picked a response, to build the whole date around it could be quite hilarious as well. But yes, you have freedom to change things. How you're going to be graded. The one thing I just want to talk about with this is that for length, if you want to exceed expectations, or if you want to meet expectations, or if you want to meet expectations, you need at least 8 lines. That's 4 lines per character. It's not 8 lines per character, it's 4 lines per character. And you've also written out how to pronounce. So I'll go over that with the next video too, but you're actually going to write out not only what it means in English, not only what it means in French, but also how you would pronounce that in French. So that's really important. That's kind of like the main bulk of how you're going to be graded, is how you've written out how things are pronounced and also how you pronounce them as well. Showed effort, the songs included, and the song responses included. And here's an amazing picture of that incredible date I had with my Croque Madame. It's fabulous. It's incredible. There's double Eiffel Tower here on the right, and there's just everything. Isn't it beautiful? What a serendipitous end. So I'll finish off this video just with one last thing. So your perfect date, how are you going to present or hand this in? Ultimately, what you hand in will be your choice. So what I'm going to show you here, and you have access to this, are all your options. You could do a Word document where you just give me all the written pieces together on a Word document, and then you also submit, like, separately just the attached spoken parts. You could do a comic, you could do a video, you could do a PowerPoint, you could do a vlog, music video, skit, you could dub your voice over a video clip. It's completely your choice. What I've written here is I just need the written and speaking parts. You package them however you want. So here's some more examples too, to give you a bit of an idea. So how would you do this? Here's some ways. You could hand in the written work in a document with the speaking attached separately. You could create a PowerPoint and attach the speaking. You could create a PowerPoint with your speaking attached to it. You could create a mini video with the speaking attached, or you could draw a comic and film your speaking over top. So for instance, like you're playing a video, but then you are speaking over top of it, something like that. You can do kind of just whatever you want, so long as you have the written piece and so long as you have the speaking piece. So all wonderful, all great, and all incredible. If right now you're like, okay, Mr. Williams, I kind of have an idea what we're supposed to do, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do first, watch the next video. The next video is going to be on character. So I'll go over character, and that's what you can work on this week, but you could also work on the action part if you want this week instead. But anyway, that's it for me. Make sure to like and subscribe when you get to the end of the video, and thank you very much.